Now, Major League Baseball's controversy with performance-enhancing drugs in the Biogenesis Clinic in South Florida has brought steroids back into the news. And joining us now is Bounce TV's Dave Griffiths for further insight into the medical side of the issue.
Rockman, at the pro level, steroids are obviously used for building muscle mass, and certainly in this context as well. But that's far from the only effect performance-enhancing drugs use, especially in that large of a dose. Now, something I've learned digging into the story this week and being a Big Ben sports reporter is that Leon County schools, specifically high school coaches, are required to know a thing or two about PEDs before they ever take the field.
As part of our coaching education program, the coaches have to do some research on performance-enhancing drugs and the dangers of them, and they have to write, an essay paper on that.
Do you have confidence in your coaches that they teach that same things?
Yes, I do.
They learn to their athletes?
I do. Yes.
Now, here's just a short list of side effects coaches would be aware of after their research. You got liver damage, cardiovascular disease, an enlarged heart, which could lead to heart attacks, and certainly don't forget psychological effects like increased aggression, better known as roid rage. And that is just a short list, like I said, Rockman. The list goes on when it comes to taking steroids in that large of a dose.
I'm a lifter. I lift a lot. We've talked about that before. And the question is, can you get, and I know the answer to it, but I got to ask, can you get big without having steroids?
You can get big, it just takes more time. People take steroids as a quick fix, and at the same time, when you take it as a quick fix, that damages your life down the road. And that's something I was chatting with trainers in the area about this specifically, is that when you take it, it will diminish your lifestyle in the long term. And when you work out, like you know, as someone who lifts, and like I know as someone who works out, you do it to increase your life,
yes,
your quality of life. And if you take steroids, that's not going to increase your quality of life long term.
Let's talk on the professional level. A lot of athletes, we're looking right now at Ryan Braun and some of the athletes in Major League Baseball and cycling with Lance Armstrong, who's speaking out again. They're saying you cannot reach elite levels of performing if you don't have these extra drugs. What are the trainers saying about that?
That's something that you've specifically heard for cycling especially. Lance Armstrong came out several weeks ago to say everyone in that sport is doping, and it's obviously just an allegation at this point. He doesn't have the specific statistics to back it up. But when you go through the youth ranks, when you go through the college ranks, the percentage is not great. Even the most widespread statistics, even the most lofty ones, would say 10 to 15% of people are taking steroids. So at that point, you can't say you have to take steroids to get into professional ball.
Good information. Thanks so much, Dave Griffiths. I know this story is going to continue to evolve because we still don't know what's going to happen with A-Rod.
We'll continue to cover it. There's been some developing news over the week with A-Rod, and I'm sure it'll continue to go into the next couple of days.
We'll be following you. Thanks so much, Dave.
You're welcome.